Sorry about that, folks. I have to make a part two. I got a call, and I don't know how to edit yet. I promise I'm going to work on it. I just haven't had the time or the energy to do it. So I'm in the grocery store. There's a man behind me. He's looking at me a little strange. I gave him a look like, "What are you looking at?" And I never gave him a second thought. So after I cashed my check, I had to pick up a couple things. So I'm going through a couple aisles, and I notice every aisle, and he's in the same aisle as me. I didn't really think he was following me because I was like in really busy aisles, like where produce is, where you can pick up your milk and your cheese and your eggs. And I was just grabbing a couple things. So I get done, I go to self checkout. I didn't notice him around. I was distracted with paying my stuff and getting everything in bags and that. So as I go to leave, I go and I put my shopping cart back where they belong because yes, I'm one of those people that are courteous and put carts back where they belong. I don't want to get off track, but I can't stand when people just leave the carts everywhere. But that's a subject for a whole other video about pet peeves. Gives me a good video idea. Well, anyway, so as I go to leave, my girlfriend says, when you get outside, you just stand in front of the store. It was raining, I forgot to add to the story. When you get outside, just stand in front of the store. I don't want you to get wet. I'll come drive up and I'll meet you. So that was the plan. So I go and I put the cart back, and I hear this voice from behind me, and it's the man. And he says it just like this: "I've been watching you." Real creepy, right? So me being the sassy person that I am, that doesn't want to show their fear, I go, "Good for you, asshole." Not very bright to do to a creepy man, I know. So I put my cart in and I ran out of the store. So I start running in the rain, and I'm looking, scanning my eyes through the parking lot, looking for my girlfriend's car. I spot it. I start darting towards it. I see her turn on her headlights, and she starts driving towards me. She pulls down her window and she's like, "Why are you, walking up towards me?" And I'm like, "Listen, I'm not waiting. You won't believe what just happened to me." So we get back in the car, and I tell her what happened. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, you always meet the weirdos." And I was like, "Yeah." But I was like, at first I was a little scared, but then I thought, with it being almost Halloween, maybe that was just a little prank. I don't know. Maybe I should have been worried. But um, luckily for me, the store I was in was in a different town than when I live in. So I made it home safe to Mike, and I told him about it, and he was like, "It's really creepy." But I must admit, it never like left my mind. I keep thinking about it. Like, how rando is that to have someone just come up to you, and not even that they said they've been watching you, but the way they said it. "I've been watching you." I don't know if his eyes were like that. I didn't turn around to really get that good of a look, but that goes along with my Halloween theme too. So I know I've rambled, and I know this video is going to be a lot shorter than my other video because I don't know how to edit. But, oh, I rubbed my nose. I told myself, don't rub your nose. You have makeup on. I knew I would do it. Well, anyway, I wish you all a happy, happy Halloween. I know there's a lot of people, for religious reasons, they don't take their kids out to trick or treat, and I understand that too. Um, Most of us that celebrate Halloween, we're not Satan worshipers. I don't think it's a day dedicated to evil. I think it's a day dedicated to fun and dressing up and candy. Candy. I'm proud to say I'm staying away from the candy this year. Um, Me and candy, we go way, way back, but it's a love 'em, hate 'em relationship. So I'll just enjoy watching the news and watching the kids, watching them going down the street and hearing trick or treat as I'm watching my movies and that. And wherever you are, I hope this video finds you safe. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Halloween, and you're safe wherever you are. And speaking of Halloween and watching movies and that, I would love to hear in the comments below what your favorite Halloween movies are, or what your favorite Halloween traditions are. I am a movie marathon person. Um, I will say straight out, I couldn't even name my favorite Halloween movie because I have so many. But I would have to stick with the tried and true on Halloween. I love a Halloween marathon. Michael Myers, they just needed someone to give him a hug, a guarded one, but a hug nonetheless. Um, I'm old school, you know, I grew up in the 80s, so I grew up with Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger and Chucky from Child's Play and, you know, newer horror films I love. I love The Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. He's one of my favorite. I love the people in the Rob Zombie films, The Devil's Rejects, Captain Spaulding, R.I.P. I miss Sid Haig very, very much. We recently lost him before the release of Three from Hell, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. I'm a fan of the Conjuring series. I think that's a horror film franchise that's done so very well. I was a fan of it. Sinister, I really thought was done really well. Insidious was another one that I really like. James Wan movies are very, very good. I'm not a really gory person, and I'm not really into zombies. I always make a joke about zombies, saying that I have enough problems with the live people in my life. I don't need any trouble with the dead people. But if I did have to pick a zombie movie that I really liked, other than Cesar Romero's Living Dead series, I really like 28 Days Later. And not just because Cillian Murphy is in it, because he's just beautiful and I could look at him um, forever. And I liked 40 Days of Night or 30 Days of Night. I can't remember the name of the movie. I thought that was done really well. Let's see. I love Jaws. I consider that a horror film. Jaws is one of my all-time classics. It gives me memories of my mom because I grew up watching Jaws because she was a lover of Jaws. And I might be dating myself, but I actually went to the drive-in when I was a little kid. I was about 3 years old when Jaws came out. So that was my first foray into horror. And so that's an all-time favorite. The Shining, The Exorcist scared the heck out of me. Not so much anymore, but it's still one that stands the test of time. The Omen was one that really stuck with me. There's nothing spookier than scary children, am I right? Stephen King is just a master. It's a shame a lot of his books don't translate as well on the screen as they do in the book, but let's face it, his films are fun to watch too. And cheesy horrors, nothing to snub your nose at either. Those are fun too. So I could go on, but basically what I'm getting to is I would love to hear in the comments below what your favorite movies are. If you're not a fan of, you know, horror films, I completely understand, and I'd like to hear what your favorite genre of films are. But at any rate, just like all my other videos, I hope this one finds you well. I love you all. Be safe, and until I talk to you again, take care. Bye.